Okay, now, at the beginning of this lecture, di ba pinakita natin yung components of post-reading activities? And the first component are the engagement activities. Sabi natin, ang engagement activities ay series ng activities na ipapagawa natin sa mga bata tungkol sa pangyayari sa kwento. So, teacher, saan papasok ngayon tong engagement activities? Yung iba sa inyo, nakita ko alam nang gawin. Tsaka makikita nyo rin dun sa mga learner's manual and teacher's guide, yung mga charts and activities that we do. Para saan ba ito? Okay. First of all, these activities will help us discuss the story. Pag binalikan nyo yung list of questions ninyo, mamaya babalikan natin yan. We can identify certain questions that can be answered by engagement activities. Pagkaharap kasi natin yung mga bata, pag the whole time silang nakaupo at nakikinig sa post-reading questions, dadating din yung point na magsasawa na sila to sit down and listen. And besides, when you look at the description of children, they need to move. So, this will help, these engagement activities or small group activities will help us do that with our students. Okay, tingnan natin ha. So, here are some suggestions for small group activities. 1 is identifying or describing characters. Kanina meron nang nagpe-present eh. Yan. Here are some examples of identification of characters. Pwede kayong gumawa ng character checklist or rating scale. Anong itsura niyan? Meron kang chart, meron kang identified character, you can state descriptions. Kunyari, sumusunod sa magulang. Ano ang score na ibibigay mo sa estudyante na yon? Ay, sa character na yon. O, inaalala ang pangako. Ano ang grade na ibibigay mo doon? So, babalikan nyo ngayon yung mga pangyayari sa kwento that will support doon sa characteristics na ibibigay nyo sa specific character. Ano ang character profile? Ang character profile ay pagpapakilala sa isang character. Ano yung mga nakikita natin sa isang profile? Pangalan ay isa. Edad, pwede. Tirahan. Kapanganakan. Kasarian, okay. Pangalan ng magulang, o, di ba? Babalikan nyo ngayon yung kwento. Tingnan nyo kung alin doon yung pwedeng sagutin ng bata. Yung iba na wala doon, tingnan nyo, kaya bang mag-infer ng bata? Halimbawa, yung edad. Wala naman masyadong libro ang nagsasabi ng edad ng character. But the children can infer, ay, kung nanay siya, siguro mga 30 years old siya. Ay, kung lola siya, siguro diyan kami nagtatalo ng mga estudyante. Kasi merong minsan lola, tapos ilalagay nila 39. Pero yon, makikita nyo rin yung level of comprehension ng bata pagdating sa identification of age. What is a comparison chart? A comparison chart is a chart with two side-by-side character profiles. So, halimbawa, meron kayong dalawang bida. O kaya, isang bida, isang hindi bida. Okay, kunyari yung tic-tac-toc. Pwede nyong pagtabihin para makita nila yung similarities and differences. Another way to look at the similarities and differences of characters is using the Venn diagram. Ano yung Venn diagram? Okay, dalawang bilog. Two circles with an intersecting area. So, saan ilalagay ang pagkakapareho? Sa gitna. Yung pagkakaiba sa labas. Ano yung wanted poster? Kadalasan, sa kaninong character ginagamit ang wanted poster? Sa bida o sa kontrabida? Sa kontrabida. Tapos pwede nyo siyang lagyan ng wanted for blank. Reward. If seen, please contact. Pero dapat makita doon na kaya siya wanted kasi meron siyang ginawa or meron siyang characteristics na hindi tama. Yan. Tapos yung autograph, para rin siyang character profile. Sumagot ba kayo ng autograph nung bata kayo? Anong meron dyan? Slam book, di ba? Favorite color. What is love? Joke lang. Who is your crush? And then you can also make your students do a character parade. So, character parade, pwede nyo silang pagsuotin ng costume or mascara or yung creative hats. Tapos, ipapakita lang nila na ito ang character. Di ba sabi natin, kapag tayo ay gumagawa ng engagement activities, tinitignan natin yung elements ng story. So, anong element ng story ito? Setting ba to? Hindi, characters. Okay. So, these are the reasons why we give engagement activities. First one is to understand the story better. Next is to view the story from different angles. So, iba-ibang point of view. Kaya maganda rin kapag magaling kayong magbigay ng tanong, nalalabas yung point of view ng iba-ibang tao or iba-ibang character sa story. It helps the children learn language because the engagement helps promote language learning. It strengthens the reading and writing connection, which promotes literacy. So later, dun sa samples, you're going to see na a lot of the engagement activities ay merong writing activities. Encourage interactive learning or hands-on experience of the story. Encourage students to respond to the literature. It is a springboard for discussion. Katulad ng sinabi ko kanina, the activities should help us discuss the story. Enhance discussion and enjoyment of the story. Encourage students to become lifelong learners. And it gives the students a chance to work together, to discuss, deliberate, present their work, and experience decision-making opportunities. Parang yung ginagawa nyo kanina. Diba? You work together, you discuss, you deliberate, sino ba ang tama, kanino bang work yung pwede. You have to decide as a group. So, ganun din yung mga bata. Leave students with a sense of achievement. Kadalasan pag gumagawa ng charts for engagement activities, meron lugar doon na pwede nyong lagyan ang gawa nina. Tapos isusulat nila yung pangalan nila doon. So, meron silang ownership. Ito yung ginawa namin. Now, I will give you handouts. I will send it. Sorry. Now, how do we choose proper engagement activities? Ito na, pipili tayo. Ano ang pwede para sa kwento na gagamitin natin? First and foremost, ito na naman, tignan nyo, lumabas na naman siya. Studying the story. So even before you go in front of the students and start teaching using that story, ilang beses nyo siya talagang kailangan i-review. From the unlocking, to the practice of story reading, to making your questions, and now making engagement activities. Then we have to plan the flow of discussion, which we did already. So, iyang ginawa natin kanina, uunahin nyo yan before deciding on the engagement activities. Now we select activities that will complement the discussion. So, when you select, babalikan nyo yung questions. Tignan nyo from question number 1 to question number 10. Alin kaya sa mga tanong na ito ang pwedeng sagutin ng isang engagement activity? Halimbawa, ang tanong na, sino ang bida sa ating kwento? Anong activity ang pwedeng sumunod doon? Pwede siyang character profile. Doon sa kwento ni, kasi binanggit niyo yung Tic-Tac-Toc, doon sa kwento ni Tic-Tac-Toc, ano ang kaibahan ni Tic-Tac-Toc kay Pick-Pack-Boom? So, anong activity ang pwedeng sumagot doon? Pwedeng comparison chart, pwedeng Venn diagram. So, doon tayo nakabase sa question. Some of my students think of engagement activities first before listing down their questions. Ang nangyayari, hindi masyadong maganda yung flow ng questions kasi nakabase sila doon sa activities. Mas maganda pag mauna yung tanong kasi nakikita mo kagad yung flow bago mo papasukan ng activities. Okay. Now, in selecting activities, we should remember that are these activities interesting for the students to answer? Do they focus on the story content that we just read? Do they help the students emphasize comprehension? Do they include different levels of comprehension? Do they involve discussion and writing? Kasi pagkatapos nilang i-present yun, i-discuss ulit. I-discuss na nila yan in their groups. When they present it, it will help the teacher discuss the story as well. And the activities must be tailored to fit the story. The activities also must be tailored to fit the level of the students who are going to answer. So, pag ang tanong mo, Teacher Yvette, yung kinder ko, hindi pa sila nakakasulat. Hindi naman kayo mag-uumpisa sa engagement activities na sulat agad eh. You can start with pictorial, iconic. So, matatarget mo yung levels of comprehension, pero ang pagsagot nila, pwedeng pictures sa umpisa. And then, eventually, later, pwede na silang magsulat, little by little. When they're a little older, usually pag end grade 1 or grade 2, they can already write phrases, sentences, or even composing very short stories. What we must remember is that everything is in a gradual development. Hindi siya biglaan na, ay, sabi dapat makakasulat na ng ganito. Hindi po kaagad yon. Titingnan muna natin saan pwedeng mag-umpisa. And we must also know hanggang saan ang dapat mararating nila. Kapag binigla natin yung mga bata ng activities na nahihirapan silang sagutan, ano ang ginagawa natin sa kanila? Pinapahirapan natin sila. Pag sila nahirapan, aayaw sila. Na ayaw nating mangyari. Okay. We want them to enjoy everything. So, pati yung pagsagot nito, pati yung pag-iisip kung paano to sasagutan, we should remember the students. Ano ang gusto nilang gawin? Ano ang kaya nilang gawin? Okay. Ito yung kasunod nung kanina. So, here are some examples. Ito yung pinakasimpleng character profile. Kapag ang estudyante nyo kaya nang magsulat ng letters or simple words, pwede nyo na yan ipagawa. Yung picture dyan, pwedeng ipa-drawing. For some teachers, ang ginagawa nila, may drawing na, tapos kinakat nila into puzzles, tapos yung mga bata ang magbubuo. Sometimes, pag mas bata yung mga estudyante and we want to involve writing, mas kaunti yung writing activity. Mas marami yung pictorial. Pero pag when they grow older, pag nasanay na sila, mas dumadami na yung writing activity. Okay. This is an example of a rating scale. So halimbawa ito, teacher, hindi pa kayang basahin ng mga estudyante ko yung matulungin. At this point, hindi pa natin ina-assess yung kanilang decoding ability or reading ability. So we will be helping them pa. May scaffolding pa dyan. We can read these for them. Tapos yung grade, pwedeng ang grade nga nila, happy face, sad face, 2 star, yes, very nice. 1 star lang, blanco, ibig sabihin wala. So, kadalasan, kapag ito ay ginagamit sa engagement activity, may pangalan ng character na nandyan. So, it's either pangalan ng character o picture ng character to reinforce that you are giving the rating for the specific character. Tapos later on, siguro sa discussion, pwede nang pumasok yung sinasabi ni Sir na, kasi lalo na kung na-identify nyo sa expressive objective yung values, pero hindi pa po dito muna. Yan, here is an example of how the teacher describes what the students will be doing. Kapag tayo po ay nagpapagawa ng engagement activity, kailangan ipaliwanag natin step by step, lalo na if we're just starting to do this. Hindi po siya automatic na alam nila yung gagawin. If we are beginning to make them do this, we should not assume kung ano yung alam nilang gawin. So, pagka pinapaliwanag natin ito, talagang mataas yung level ng scaffolding. It's a step-by-step thing. Ano ang gagawin, ano ang kailangan isipin, ano ang kailangan pag-usapan, etc. Another set of examples will have to do with inferring the feelings of the character. Yan. Ito, babalikan ko yung sinabi ni Sir, we have to go back to the character first. Kasi baka nga mag-rumble-rumble. So ito, ano ang feeling ng character during a specific event? So paano sasagutin ng bata ang feelings chart? Pwede niyang i-drawing yung face. Pwedeng given na yung face, ikakabit na lang ng bata. You can do dramatization. But if you want them to infer feelings, dapat explicit yung pagkakasabi nyo. Ipakita mo nga kung ano ang naramdaman ng bida. So, imbis na isusulat nila yung feeling, they will have to show it. Ganon din sa interview. So, kailangan explicit na ipapaliwanag mo. Kung ikaw yung reporter, kailangan tanungin mo sa mga characters kung ano ang naramdaman nila nung nangyari ito. And then we can make them write journal entries. Kasi 'di ba sa journal entry, ano rin ang lumalabas dapat? yung emotions, yung feelings. Ito, halimbawa. Kapag ang estudyante natin ay hindi pa makakakompose ng ganito, kailangan natin silang scaffold. Ano ang pwede natin gawin? Pwede tayong maglagay ng writing prompts. Pwede natin umpisahan yung sentence para sa kanila. Pwede tayong maglagay ng writing prompts in every, siguro sa unahan, sa gitna, sa huli. Now, the writing prompts will also depend on the level of reading ability of your students. So, another ay events naman. So, we can make activities that will help them sequence. Anong itsura ng charts na may sequencing of events? Kapag hindi pa nakakabasa yung mga bata, anong pwede natin ilagay? Okay, pictures, may arrow, o kaya timeline, very nice. O kaya may identify the number of events, ano yung first, ano yung second. Pag nakakabasa na sila at nakakasulat, pwede nang may phrases, sentences, or even related sentences. You can make them illustrate scenes from the story, or what we call literary photographs. You can show the cause and effect of the events that happened in the story. Ganun din, pwede rin lagyan ng arrow. Or kapag itinuro niya explicitly yung words na cause and effect, pwede nyo na rin siyang ilagay. Here is an example. Anong activity yan? Alin ang kasunod? Sequencing. So, yung sequencing ni Teacher Pam, may puzzle siya, may number, tapos may blank pa rin siya na pwedeng sulatan ng mga bata. I-describe lang nila. Pwedeng description using a phrase or a sentence. Okay, next element is the setting. Some activities that will help the students map or plot the setting is when you ask them to draw the places in the story. So kapag hindi pa sila naturoan magsulat, pwedeng drawing muna. Pag kaya na nilang magsulat, kasama ng drawing, pwedeng may one-word description or one-sentence description or three-sentence description. They can make postcards. They can plot the setting. Yung isang na-observe ko na teacher, ang pinagawa niya, instead of drawing the setting, binigyan niya ng colored paper yung mga estudyante. And then they made a scene. Ginupit nila. Ginawa nila ng scene na cutouts. And then, of course, ito na. There are activities that will have to entail writing. So, for example, you will give them activities about the events. Instead of giving them just pictures, you can present the chart as a movie reel. Alam niyo yung movie reel? Yung may picture siya na sunod-sunod. And then with the pictures, they can write descriptions of what is happening in the story. Cartoon strips also. So if the movie reels would just describe what is happening, ang cartoon strip, ano ang meron siya? Correct. May dialogue na siya. May dialogue bubble. What are literary letters? these are letters that we may ask our students to write, writing to the character in the story. So, it may also target yung level 4, yung application. Kung bibigyan mo ng sulat, ano ang ipapayo mo sa ating bida? So, pwede mo siyang isulat. Ang pinapagawa ko nga sa kanila, ay sa mga bata, they may write a letter as an outsider or as a listener, or they may write a letter as another character in the story. Oh, ito ulit ang diary entry. So, may writing din siya. You may make them write news reports. Lalo na pag merong significant event that happened. But you have to teach explicitly, kasi iba yung tunog ng pagsulat ng news, di ba? Hindi siya katulad ng pagsulat ng diary. So, dapat alam din nila yon. Okay, so here is an example. Ay, reward ito, reward. So, makikita nyo, may writing prompts din na ginamit si Teacher Pam. Ang medalyang ito ay ibinigay ng blank para kay blank dahil blank. So, eventually, pag sanay na sila dyan, kaya na nilang isulat yan na buo. Okay, another example. Ito na yung, papasok na dito yung level 3 or level 4 domain, fourth domain of comprehension. Kapag may problema, yan. And when you construct your engagement activities, you can also think of very, very creative titles that are catchy for the students. Kasi pag araw-araw kayong magpe-present ng character profile, magsasawa din sila doon. Kaya kung minsan, yan, character profile ngayon, bukas, bidang-bida naman. Sunod, ganun, bonggang-bida, kontra-bida. O, tignan nyo ito, hindi pa, makikita nyo ang level ng writing. Kitang-kita na nasa basic level pa lang, madami pa siyang prompts. So, dahil sa dami ng prompts, nagmumukha siyang closure activity kasi isang word lang. If you notice, ayan, kitang-kita ito sa grupo na gumawa nito na meron silang hindi na pagkasunduan. Paano nyo nalaman? Kasi may bura. So, at ganun talaga ang mga bata, ha? Hindi pwedeng perfect na walang pagtatalo. Sa simula, makikita nyo yan na talagang nagtatalo sila na ito ang gusto kong sagot. Lalo na daw pag matanda. Wala naman nag-away sa inyo kanina. Okay. Tapos yan yung sinasabi ko kanina sa baba. Gawa ni na. So yung mga bata, kanya-kanyang sulat. Ako magsusulat ng pangalan ko. Ano yan? Si Sam at saka si Al. Si Kelsey, si Fiona, si Sam, saka si Al. Okay. Ito, character profile. si Toto. So, ito yung, yes, character profile. So, ito yung example na nag-i-infer na sila ng age kahit na hindi siya nakalagay sa story. So, ay, siguro, 6 years old. Mapapansin nyo din na kung minsan sa isang grupo, binibigyan nila ng pagkakataon sumulat yung iba. Kaya may mga charts na iba-iba talaga yung sulat kasi nagpapasahan sila. Ito yung isang example na wala pa siyang writing. Pictures pa lang siya. Ito. Natatandaan niyo yung isang tanong kanina? Meron silang tanong na, ano ang natutunang aral? So, pwede siyang lumabas din sa ganitong chart. Okay, ito naman. Ay, meron kayong kwento nito? Ay, di yan kasama. Pwede kayong bumili kung gusto nyo. Ay. Ay, ito walang sagot, corny. Kung napansin nyo, ito kasing mga ito, ilang taon na nila yan ginagamit, kaya meron ng mga marks. So dahil sa ginagamit siya every year, the teachers would devise a way na papatibayin na siya, pero gagawin siyang sturdy para pwedeng gamitin ng ibang teacher or ng ibang, na pwede pa siyang itago at gamitin for the next year. So what they do is, yung chart, tinatapalan nila ng paper na doon pwedeng sumulat. Tapos, i-display yan, di ba? Pagkatapos i-display, tatanggalin na, ready na siya ulit for next year. Or pag may mga teachers na gagamit ng story na yon, naghihiraman sila, which makes it easier for them kasi parang may pool na sila ng materials. Then you don't have to make it every time. Ang challenge lang dyan is siguro the first year that you will be doing kasi wala pang gamit. But eventually, it will be very easy already. Yan. Kinder ito, pero ang age nila pang grade 1. Ganyan. You see, we just want them to express. We want them to write. Okay. Kasi tinanong din sa akin yan, teacher, bakit hindi mo kino-correct yung spelling, yung grammar pagka pinost mo? Until you teach explicitly the correct spelling and the correct grammar, tsaka ka lang pwedeng mag-correct. But at this level, because we want them to really put down words express, okay lang siya. Pag wala kasi sa timing ang ating correction, it might hinder the students to express further. So, ang iniisip niya kagad, baka mali. Or, di ba may mga bata na ayaw sumulat, teacher, anong spelling ng ganito? Anong spelling ng ganyan? Which we don't want to happen. Kasi kaya correction comes later. Ito, here are some. English naman siya. Siguro, dapat pag nagkita-kita tayo sa mga schools nyo, meron na kayong collection ng material. Ito yung wanted poster. Oh. Alright. Back to reality. Now, the question is, how can the children work as a group? Okay. First, of course, you need to divide the students into groups. When you group them, or when you put them together in groups that will work on engagement activities, wag muna kayong mag-group using their ability level. Hindi po muna. Because you would want a group that is diverse. So, yung isang grupo, merong kayang mag-lead, merong kayang magsulat, merong nakaka-draw, merong sasagot kahit hindi siya magsusulat. So, ganun muna siya ka-diverse. Now, during the first month of class, of school, of the school year, dapat conscious kayo on doing routines that will help your students work in groups already. Kapag bago pa lang silang magkakakilala, kapag bago pa lang kakilala si teacher, you will already devise ways of building the routine. Halimbawa, saan magwo-work itong group na ito? Paano sila pupunta sa kanilang working area? Nung nagturo ako ng kinder, binibigyan namin ng pangalan yung groups. Para madali silang matuto ng routine, ang binibigay kong pangalan sa unang quarter, kulay. Kunyari, group pula, asul, dilaw. Na ang objective ko, kaya yun ang binibigay ko kasi meron akong mga colored tapes. So, lalagyan ko yung classroom ko ng bilog. Kunyari, pula na bilog. Kapag kayo ay kailangan magtrabahong magkakasama, yung red group, dito kayo sa circle na to. Yung blue group, dito kayo sa circle na to. So, masasanay sila. Tapos, kahit wala na yung mga circle, alam na nila. Madaling turuan ng routines ang mga bata, kailangan lang tayong maging consistent. Kapag nagawa natin yon, hindi tayo mahihirapan mag-manage ng group work. So kasama dun sa building ng routine yung practice paano pumunta sa group, practice pagbalik sa upuan, practice pagbalik sa line, etc. In the book, Cooperative Learning, makikita nyo na kapag kayo ay nag-group ng students, dapat maka-identify sila ng role within their group. So doon sa, kunyari, 5 or 6 or 7, try to assign a role for each one para hindi sila saling pusa. Para alam nila that if they're part of the group, they have to do something. So, pwede kayong mag-assign ng leader, taga-sulat, taga-drawing, taga-ligpit ng gamit, taga-kuha ng papel kay teacher. Yung ganon, para lahat sila, meron silang responsibilidad para sa grupo nila. Okay. Ngayon, how can we achieve maximum learning for the children? the teacher must introduce activities one at a time to the whole class. So dito, papasok yung, andyan na mas teacher Portia, yung explicit na pagtuturo kung paano ginagawa ang bawat isang engagement activity. Paano yun, teacher? First week or second week of school, pwede kayong magkwento, tapos pwede kayong magpagawa ng character profile. Gagawin muna nating individual activity. Dapat maka-experience yung bata kung paano sumagot nitong activity na ito. Okay. The next week or the next few days, individual pa rin, magpagawa tayo ng pwedeng sequencing of events. Pwedeng literary letter, etc. So, para saan po ba yun? Para ma-experience nila kung paano sumagot on their own first. So, pwedeng drawing siya, or puzzle siya, or writing activity siya, depende. Okay. Hindi muna kayo magpapagroup work right away. Pati yung pagpapagroup, naka step by step. Halimbawa, sanay na sila or na-experience na nila ang pagsagot, then you can give group activities for each one having the same activity. So, hindi mo na iba-iba. Halimbawa, character profile. Pili kayo ng kwento na may 5 character kung 5 yung grupo nyo. So, character profile sa group 1, character 1. Kayo, character 2. Kayo, character 3. Di unti-unti nilang ma-experience na, ay, iba yung ginagawa namin sa kanila. Pero pareho kaming character profile. And then the next step after that will be the simultaneous engagement activity already. Ito na yung pinakita nung last group kanina. Na group 1, iba yung ginagawa. Group 2, iba yung ginagawa. Group 3. So nakita nyo na bago tayo umabot doon, may panggagalingan muna tayo ng step by step. Hindi po siya automatic na biglang kaya na nila yan. Kasi sabi sa learner's manual, dapat iba-iba. So may experience muna nila. One step at a time. Kung na-experience na nila yan ngayon, grade 1, yung grade 2, hindi nyo na yun dadaanan. Kasi sanay na sila eh. Marunong na silang mag-routine. Here. Okay. Alright. Engagement activities yun, ha? Hindi na to kasama sa ating workshop, pero if you have time later, you can go back at your list of questions and then try to identify, ay, alin kaya ditong sa tanong na ito ang pwedeng gumawa ng sequencing of events or character profile or literary letter, etc. Kasi pag sinulat nyo yung lesson plan nyo, dapat naka-integrate na yon doon. So when you give it, kailan po binibigay ang activities sa mga bata? The engagement, kailan kaya? Ano sa palagay nyo? Okay, after listening to the story, before the discussion. Because all these activities will help the teacher discuss the story. So, kunyari, yung list nyo ng question. Doon sa question number 2 mo, ang tanong na tatanungin mo, ang sagot niya ay nasa isang engagement activity. Sino ngayon ang magpapaliwanag nun sa klase? yung group na gumawa. So this is the time that they go in front of the class. Present their work as their own. Explain what they did to the whole class. So meron silang kasama sila sa discussion. Hindi na lang siya sit-down activity na makikinig ka at sasagot. So you'd have to do that for all the groups. So kung 6 ang groups mo or 7 ang groups, 7 times na magpe-present ng work yung mga bata. Okay? Now these ones will now depend, hindi ngayon lahat ng stories pwedeng pumasok ito. Kasi itong enrichment, pwede siyang homework, pwede siyang after school, pwede siyang writing, a prompt for a writing activity. So enrichment activities is going beyond the story. So this is to extend the literary experience. The teacher thinks of enrichment activities that will bring the students beyond the basic elements of the story. So, little by little, we will gear away from the story. This is done to maximize the reader's response to the literature, as well as to strengthen the learning of new concepts. Now, enrichment activities can still be activities for reading and writing connection. So, dito na pwedeng pumasok yung activities nyo for composing, if they can na. Yes. But this will not be about the story anymore. These are already individual responses. So, for example, after reading the story, you will ask your students to write about a similar experience. Or think about another ending to the story that they will have to explain why they want it that way. If the story is about friendship, they can write a real letter to a friend. Sometimes, some teachers would even go beyond that na talagang imi-mail nila yung letters with the student. Another option ay creative dramatics. So, if you have time, you can make up your own play. You can also integrate arts and crafts after the story. This is an example. So the teacher read a story about a pancake. They did not cook. They just decorated the pancake. So, yeah. You can also have inquiry activities. Ito na yung kaninang binanggit, yung week-long observation. You can have special science projects. This will depend on the story that you will be choosing. Okay? Now, kanina, dito, binanggit natin that we can make them write or reading and writing connection. Si Dr. Diaz will be talking about the mechanical or the explicit teaching ba yan? Of how to teach writing. But here, let's try to see how we can make children compose. Katulad nung sinabi ko kanina, you can give them writing prompts in the beginning. So what are writing prompts? These are aids to which the teacher will make the students start putting ideas into writing. So, iba-iba siyang klase. Pwede kayong bigay ng writing prompts sa umpisa. Pwedeng sa katapusan. Pwede rin siyang hindi prompts. Pwede siyang generating of ideas about a certain topic. And then just help the students to write it down. This one I'm just going to show you. Kasi when you teach the students writing, you also have to show them the conventions of writing. So, para saan ba yung punctuation? You have to teach them explicitly. Ano ba yung period? Ano ba yung question mark? When do you capitalize? When do you change or when do you indent? All these technical terms. Hindi kayo pwedeng magpasulat at mag-correct nito kung hindi nyo ito naituro. So, kapag hindi nyo ito naituro, tapos nagpasulat kayo, do not be very strict in the correction. Kasi ang mas gusto natin ay nakaka-express sila, nakaka-compose. Pag naituro nyo na, then you can be very specific.